Hello, gorgeous people. Hello, my darlings. So you know I take Thursdays off. The last Thursday of the month I take off. There is no live stream today, but you know I wasn't going to leave you hanging. So what I did is I did a deep trance channeling on Bolton and Lindsey Graham and William Barr and Lev Parnass and the whole Ukraine situation for patrons last week. I've cut it up a little bit and given you some snacks here. So there's some stuff here for you to view so you can see a little bit of that deep dive. If you want to see the rest of it, the whole thing is 90 minutes. It's really long, but it's on my Patreon at the $5 tier. And if you join, we're having a live stream this Sunday, Sunday morning brunch, 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. So if you join, you'll be here for that too. But please do enjoy the video. It's a doozy. And I will see you next Thursday at 4 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. Okay, so the first thing that's coming through here is what came through in the reading when I did it before. It was on a 5x5 live, I think. This guy's telling the truth. His partner, and I forget his name, the other guy that was arrested. He's extremely angry. Lev is a slippery guy. He's gonna get out of this. Whatever he's on the hook for legally, he's gonna get out of. He's gonna get out of either with a slap on the wrist or time served or whatever. I mean, I think he's either gonna get, because I see him walking away, so this is either full immunity or he does a really good plea deal, but it's like he pretty much walks. The other guy does not. Okay, they're telling me Epstein, so they must be talking about the lawyers. They must be telling me about Dershowitz here. Yep, okay, they want to talk about this guy. Okay. Okay, and they're also telling me that there are, Jesus, everybody knew this guy. Like, why was everybody hanging out with this friggin' sex trafficking child molester? These people also knew Epstein. So there's some weird Epstein connection, and it's not just through the lawyer. That's what it looks like, which is weird, but that's what they're giving me. But it could just be, you know, I feel like they all knew each other, but they're telling me Epstein, so I'm going with it. You want me to look at Dershowitz? Oh, interesting. They're telling me that, in particular, Alan Dershowitz, this is woo-woo. This is woo-woo. It's not exactly concrete information, but they're saying he has a fragmented soul, which is why he's able to do the work that he does, and that he frequently lies to himself so that he can do the work that he does. There was some kind of abuse in his childhood as well. Whether this is, I don't know if this is, yeah, there was abuse in his childhood. I don't really want to read on this guy. This is what they're giving me, though. Let's go back over to Lev. Yeah, the other guy's furious. He's incredibly angry. I can't remember his name. He's furious. He's absolutely furious. He's incredibly angry. but he's not good. So they're telling me right now he's opted not to talk unless he has to talk, but it's the wrong strategy. Like Lev is doing the right thing. Like it's the right strategy for him. So getting into, okay, hi, there you are, hi, let's settle in, shall we? Okay, he's talking to me. Yeah, he's telling me, he says, yeah, I've known Trump for years. I've spoken to him personally on several occasions. He says when it came to Ukraine, he never had a conversation alone with Trump. That's what he's telling me. He's been on the phone to Trump with other people. He's heard Trump on the phone with other people, that we know from the interview. He's never had a conversation about this particular situation alone with Trump. He's telling me that he used different, he's calling them bagmen. He's calling them bagmen. He's telling me so he's, oh wow, this is great. He's telling me that there are different schemes. So this is just one of many. He's telling me it's one of many, and he's saying that they use different bagmen. He keeps calling them bagmen. He says, yeah, Michael Cohen was one of them, yes. He goes, but look, there's other people. There's still other people that are working, that are doing, so dirty deals done dirt cheap. Okay, maybe you're going to get a few jokes. Dirty deals, not dirty deeds. But he is telling me that there are other schemes in play. And he's heard tell of them. So he's saying, that it's not just rumors. Like, he knows other people are working on other things. And they have been. And he's saying this is just one of the things that happened to come out. So he's giving me the Saudis. Yep, hands down, he's giving me the Saudis. He's saying it's not just Kushner. He's going like this. He's shaking his head and going like this. It's not just Kushner. He's telling me there's weird stuff in Africa, particularly South Africa. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if there is money there, holdings there, what have you. He's telling me that there are 4 to 5 different bagmen in place doing different things, that have done different things. And he's going like this. He says, Kirsten, I think they're all going to get caught. That's what he's telling me. He says it's a shoddily run organization, and he's like got his head in his hands. So he's telling me, this guy comes through very clear. He's going, he's like this, like I'm an idiot, he goes, I knew it was shoddily run. He's telling me this. I knew. He's a nice guy. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this. He's a nice guy. Like, he doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's not really out to hurt people. I think he's ignorant of the people that he's probably hurt. But he's likable to me. I'm not saying that his energy's not great, but he's likable to me. He's saying it was a shoddily run organization from the get-go. That's what he's telling me. And he goes, I don't know why I thought that I was going to get away with this. And he also is telling me, though, he goes, I didn't really realize it was illegal. He goes, what Trump was doing was illegal. What I was doing, I didn't realize it was illegal. He says the campaign stuff, the stuff that he was arrested for, the money stuff, he goes, everybody's doing that. He's going like this, like, that, I had to walk the line. Like, he's kind of going, that's a little shady. But he's saying everybody's doing it. But he says there are 4 to 5 different sets of bagmen. He keeps calling them bagmen, which is a weird phrase to me. And they're working on other schemes. He keeps telling me South Africa, there's something going on somewhere in Africa. But he says that's not the presidency, that's Trump organization stuff. So he's telling me that is, I wonder if Deutsche Bank routes anything through there or works through there or something. I don't know, but he's saying South Africa. He's telling me Deutsche Bank. He says you should read on that. He goes, I don't really have information on that, but you should read on that. This guy's very easy to read, very, very easy to read. So he's saying I met Cohen. Yeah, he's telling me Cohen. He says, I met Cohen. He goes, that man knows more than he said. He goes, we all know more than we said. He says, you think I'm telling you everything? I'm not. He goes, there's certain things I can't tell. He says, I'll implicate myself. That's what he's telling me. I'll implicate myself. So he's saying that there are things he knew. He says, this particular Ukraine thing, he did not believe it was illegal for him to do, which I don't believe it is. And he's saying, but he's telling me it was business as usual. He says, there are other things. He goes, he's going like this, like I walked a crooked line, but he's assuring me he's never hurt anybody. He's very clear about that. I never hurt anybody. Okay. He says Trump liked to make threats to hurt people. Like, he thought he was a mobster. That's what he's telling me. He acts like he's acting like he's in The Godfather. Like he's contemptuous of him. He's always been contemptuous of him. He's telling me he's and I quote, a posturing idiot. He's very upset with himself. He's going, it was sloppy. It was sloppy. It's always been run sloppily. It's always been run. Like he's saying, I'm surprised that they haven't been caught sooner than this. He said there's so much illegal stuff going on. He's going back to Trump businesses, not presidency. He says what he was up to during The Apprentice with the money, you wouldn't believe. He says everybody knows about it. Everybody, I don't know who that is, but he's saying New York will know all about it. So he must be talking about the taxes and he keeps telling me New York will know all about it. So he must be talking about the lawsuits, but or the taxes stuff, the money stuff, because he's saying what he did during The Apprentice with the money stuff. He goes, he should have been caught out during The Apprentice. He goes, nobody was looking. Nobody was looking. He said, why weren't they looking? He says he's an ass. He's telling me the guy's an ass. We know that. We know that. He wants to, he's telling me, he's like, I want to clear my name. He goes, I was just he's telling me, like, he's giving me this, and you take it as you will. I'm not going to pass judgment on it. But he's saying, I just want to feed my family. I just want to take care of my people. This has just happened to be the line of work I fell in. Da, 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 da. He's very clear saying, I never hurt anybody. I never perpetrated violence on anybody. I would never condone that. He keeps saying it was business. It was business. It was business. That's all. It was business. And so did you ever think what Trump was doing was illegal with the quid pro quo? He said, okay, so he says, well, it was never framed to me that way. It was more of a, we're just going to lean on him. He says, again, he's going, the guy thought, he thinks he's the Godfather. He thinks he's this gangster. He thinks he's Al Capone. He's shaking his head on Burisma. He goes, no, there's nothing there. He goes, there's never anything there. There was never anything there. He goes, he knew it. Rudy knew it. We all knew it. There was nothing there. That's what he's telling me. He's laughing and shaking his head and saying there was nothing there. He goes, it's funny because he's saying like Hunter Biden, he goes, he may not be on the super up and up. He's telling me that. Whatever that guy's up to, he's not, he doesn't think he's on the super up and up. But he goes, but there's nothing in Burisma. He goes, he's giving me this again. Everybody does it, Kirsten. You don't understand how this works. Everybody's doing it, so it seems normal. That's what he's telling me. He goes, there's a line. He goes, we're all walking this really weird line, and sometimes you fall on the right side of the line, and sometimes you fall on the wrong side of the line. But he goes, most people are walking that line involved in this kind of stuff. Oh my God, he just told me that Trump is talking about like black ops, like dark, like stuff that he shouldn't be talking about. He goes, he talks about it all the time. He's saying, I have heard him talk about government stuff, like he's talking about black ops, like he's talking about like, I don't know what, CIA shit or something. He's saying, I have heard him talk about stuff like this all the time, stuff he should not be talking about. He goes, and he goes, we all just laugh at him. You're gonna love this. He's telling me I let them do it. I let them bring it to trial because I knew it was gonna be a win for us. So and this ties in with that reading I did on YouTube yesterday. He is saying, I let them bring it to trial. He feels like he is a master of the universe, this guy. Swear to God, he gets off on it. He gets off on withholding things. He gets off on the power. He doesn't really get off on the money, which is interesting. It's more about the power for him. If money gives him power, great. But he gets off on withholding things from, and I quote, the opposition. He very much sees this whole thing as black and white. He sees it as our side, their side. I mean, this is like fucking Red Rover to him. I swear to God. He wants to win. He wants the power. He doesn't... Ooh, I'm getting info on the wife. She is shady as hell. And he's going to me like this, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. They have a very bizarre marriage. There's not a lot of communication between them at all about most things. It's a marriage, almost like it feels like a marriage of convenience. Not that she's a beard or anything, or that he's her beard or anything like that, but it's just more like, we're powerhouses. Let's get together. There's no love here. There's no love here. No, not at all. and the wife is shady as hell. I want to say this. Everything you've ever heard about her being shady is 100% true. Looks like everybody thinks it's business as usual. Okay, so there is more information coming out, concrete information coming out, and I think I said this yesterday, on this entire Ukraine situation. There's more. But they're trying to hold it back, or it doesn't come out in time, or they don't, they don't enter it in as evidence or something. There's something here where it's like, oh my God. Yes, I saw this yesterday. I'm seeing it again. So it's the same thing where people are going, oh my God, this is legit. Like, he did this. It seems to damage him in the upcoming 2020 election. It does seem to damage him quite a bit, whatever this is. There are more, looks like there's more committees in the House that are exploring, or that are going to start looking at stuff if they're not already. But there's more information that comes out here, absolutely. Absolutely there is, and but I don't think it's in time. I don't think it's in time. I think it comes late, or it can't be admitted. And, and like with this recording, like, they're not going to admit that. They won't admit that. Oh, what's interesting is I'm getting that there are witnesses at Mar-a-Lago. There are just random witnesses that he was like talking to this stuff about, like literally, like ran his mouth. There are random witnesses that if you knew who they were, regular Joes, like not regular Joes, obviously rich idiots, but no offense to the rich, but regular people that if like they called them as witnesses, they would be like, oh yeah, he told me all about it. Like, oh my God. I meant to tell you this because I got a hit on this because I was prepping. So, for these I prep. I sit and I prep and I sit and I prep. So it takes a while. But I got a bunch of hits on Giuliani, and I wasn't even going to read on Giuliani. He is about to be in trouble. Somebody's bringing charges against this man. He is about to be in trouble. Giuliani gets in trouble here. There's something coming for Giuliani. That's why he's laying so damn low, because I'm telling you, somebody's bringing charges against this guy. There's something happening. Some big fat scandal is happening with Giuliani. I mean, he's already involved in this, but it's like something's coming for this guy. I don't know when. I can't tell when, but something's coming.